My name is Kaylee Epperson, and I will be doing my final speech over a topic that has been a very controversial political debate. You may have heard several news stations or politicians debate whether religion has a place in government. I am here to elaborate on why religion does not have a place in government. Now, I know this is a very touchy subject, so we're going to try to step into this discussion softly. So first, let's think about the reasons that we have a government and what the government's roles are. The purpose of the federal government can be found in the preamble of the Constitution. Simply stated, you could say that the purpose is to promote public safety and fairness, and that is done by making and enforcing laws. The government is also here to promote the overall well-being of its citizens and encourage a successful economy. Now, keeping all of this in mind, let's also think back to our founding fathers and the history of other countries who have allowed religion to dictate or have any say in their government. Back in medieval Europe, the Catholic churches ruled the lands, and anyone who had opposing viewpoints were often either killed or shunned by their people. The current Islamic governments restrict the freedoms of their citizens, and people look to the United States as an escape from religious persecution. The reason that these refugees look to the United States is because America is known as and supposed to be a country that is free of religious impositions. Religious beliefs can often be extreme and very diverse across the world. Our founding fathers envisioned a government in which separates church and state. Thomas Jefferson explains in a letter to the Dansbury Baptists that, quote, legislature would make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, end quote. This builds a wall of separation between church and state. You see, our founding fathers learned from studying history, so they began the United States government with a clear understanding that religion should not influence our laws. Now that we understand the historical evidence, let's talk about the conflict of religion and present-day government. We are all familiar with the First Amendment, which includes freedom of religion, but what does that mean exactly? Well, if you go to dictionary.com and you look up the freedom of religion, it is defined as the right to choose a religion or no religion without interference by the government. So, if everyone's living their life according to a different religion, it probably makes it very difficult to have serious discussions over how the government should be run. This opens us up to the understanding that for government officials to be able to have fair discussions over the order of our country, they must leave their religious affiliations and beliefs out of the discussion. So, let's talk a little bit more about this in depth. So, for example, it is not okay for a politician to propose banning gay marriage off of the sole reason that it is a sin in the Christian Bible. It's not okay to impose Christian morals through law. Freedom of religion includes the freedom to have no religious beliefs at all. This means that if someone who does not believe in religion wants to commit what may be seen as a sin, so be it, as long as it does not cause any harm to anyone else. Another example could be divorce. According to the Bible scripture Matthew 19:4-6, it is a sin to divorce your spouse. In a religious influenced government, divorce may be illegal. Now, some may say that it would actually probably be more dangerous to society to force that couple to stay together. So, with the separation of church and state, the two may decide to take care of their matters and their own situation however they feel fits them, without having to worry about how it would be reflected through religion. It is important for a government to be as fair as possible to all of its citizens. So, with all of this being said, religion does not hold a place in government.